Hello friends and families, welcome back to another video, and today we have a new brand to discover, which is from KiiBoom, and this is my first time encountering one of their keyboards, which is the Phantom 81 right here. So after doing a little bit of early research, I found out that the new one, which just released as early as last month, this is actually the version 2 of the Phantom 81. So my first experience with this, so I can't really compare to the old one. So yeah, let's find out how it feels out of the box.
So first thing I want to point out is the box art itself, because what they have shown here is like this is some sort of DIY kit.
Yeah.
Usually this is how
bare
bone kit. Yeah. But instead of a bare bone kit, what we have in the package is actually a fully built keyboard with all the switches and keycaps in place.
Yeah, so I don't know you will call this misleading or not, but yeah, you actually get the full set here out of the box.
But it's weird, maybe they actually plan to have a kit initially, but since that this product is so specific, a niche product that entices those who prefer this kind of full transparent build. So yes, out of the box, that's the keyboard itself.
Yeah, and I feel like they really want to cater this board as some kind of a transition piece from those gamers, you know, RGBs, everything, to something even more RGB with light blasting everywhere, emphasizing to their style while they slowly dive into the whole of custom mechanical keyboard.
That's correct. So if we look at the accessories, so this is definitely not accessories. Okay, what we have is a
braided USB cable, not coiled, good, pretty cool.
Yeah, good. A separate keycap and switch puller, extra 2 switches, and the
two extra screws.
Yeah, 2 extra screws. Package, the accessory is actually very well included. Just that I'm not a big fan of this type of cable.
Whoa.
Yeah, because considering the price premium and everything, it should look more fancier than this instead of this, right? It's too common.
It's too common.
It's too common.
And I feel like this particular, you know, like this big hunk of plastic is, I don't think any cable should have this kind of thing.
Because this is designed to reduce the interference of the signal. In real life, I don't think it serves any specific purpose except being very 90s, 80s or 70s electronics.
Yeah.
As for the keyboard itself, it looks fantastic with, I don't know if the video can do any justice, because the body of this chassis is extremely crystal clear, I should say. It's just very transparent.
Yeah, and I think like the color of this board, actually they have like 3 or 4 colors on their website that you can choose from, and the color actually comes from the plate itself.
Yeah, the one we have is the silver, so it looks silver and white, and they have like gold, pink or purple, I'm not mistaken, but you can check out their website. The plate is the difference, and perhaps the keycaps.
Yeah, the keycaps perhaps they also like tint a little bit
with a tint of colors.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's really crazy if you look at the back here. Keyboard weight. Not sure the material. Is it aluminium? Feels like aluminium, but
yeah, it kind of feels like.
Yeah. And you can see the electronics, all the PCB mounted diodes and everything else. This keyboard has 3 modes. So you have like USB mode, 2.4 GHz,
Bluetooth,
and Bluetooth. Change Windows or Mac OS.
Windows and Mac, okay.
And the USB Type-C port. Like
okay. So from also I can see like the board is actually quite hefty despite it being, I guess like you call it like plastic.
Yeah, it is plastic, but the weight is quite substantial.
Yeah, thanks to this piece of
I guess that really do a lot of jets. And if you look at the back, the LED actually covers until the back of the PCB itself.
Yeah, so you can have all your underglows blasting like under your keyboard. Yeah, this is really the 360 RGB. Yeah,
exactly. And then if we take a look at the side, you can see from the side here is like RGB blasting literally everywhere. We haven't even talked about the front-facing RGBs at the front here. See, one thing I think they should do better is the space bar, because now we only have one LED on the space bar. I believe they should at least include like four extra LEDs so that we have even more RGBs on this keyboard, but
at least like even distribution.
Yeah.
And also you got the knob here.
Yes, the knob is actually feels really nice to turn. There's the
tactility is distinctive. You can know how many ticks you turn.
Yeah, and most importantly is the size of the knob itself. It feels just right for you to control. It doesn't feel oversized and nor undersized. And the switch, well, not many information available for the switch.
It's just called the crystal switch. We know that it's linear, and because of its full transparency, most likely it's a full PC housing. Also, the stem could be PC, so it might look very close and feels close to the Aqua Kings, which is made from full PC from everything.
Yeah. But unfortunately, because KiiBoom never really published the technical details, for example, what kind of springs they're using and the weight itself and everything.
But out of the box, I think that the typing feel is...
Yes, the out-of-box typing feel sound is really nice. I think we can go on with a typing test now.
The typing feel is, I feel the spring is quite light, about 45 to 50 grams of even bottom out, and the top keycaps makes it talks a lot and also quite poppy, because I think like literally everything is plastic, and I think like they tune the stabilizers very well out of the box, especially the spacebar. I think like the spacebar is even better than the mods, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, because spacebar usually is the most tricky part, and then for some reason this one out of the box, it sounds really nice and well balanced. This is something really rare when it comes to like all these pre-built keyboards.
They really put effort in tuning this thing to let you have quite an experience.
Yes. Oh, and before we forget about the keycap itself, I believe this is SA profile. Should be SA.
Yeah, this should be some form of SA.
SA, yeah, because it's a elliptical surface, and the text printing is actually on above the keycap itself. So because of the nature of this type of material, because it's not like the PBT, which you can do dye sublimation or any sort of better type of printing, this you are pretty much limited to pad printing on it. So you can't really expect a lot of high quality from this type of surface. But like I said, some users might actually complain that because they sweat a lot and it might be very slippery to type on. But hey, you get aesthetics 100.
But the printing is not fuzzy at all.
Yes, for some reason it's very sharp, and I really like all the sharp printings, the large font size on this thing. So I guess it differs on your personal preferences. And one more thing I almost forgot is the dongle. Here's the dongle placement. it is not exactly slot-in type because they hold it by a piece of magnet. You can try to remove it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have a piece of magnet secured to the chassis itself, and then you basically just place the dongle there.
You attach the dongle rather than slot it in.
Yeah. I'm not sure how secure this is, so I won't 100% trust in this. If you want to carry this, always carry a keyboard bag.
Yeah.
So that's the most secure, and you don't want to scratch this thing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also I think like the feet are quite nice. They are rubbery, but they are not too hard, so it's quite comfy.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe, but if you have problems, like if you like those kind of keyboard feet user, then perhaps you will need to find a palm rest to adjust your height.
Yes. And for the software, KiiBoom actually will allow you to download the software from their website and install it on both Windows and Mac OS. Just that I think the software still need a lot of improvement because there are some user interface doesn't really, it's not very straightforward. Some of the text is not really telling you what they are trying to say. For example, like I want to customize this button, I want to change the function layer. Sometimes you will need to for the first time user, I should say, first time user will need to experiment a bit with that interface because they want to find out, what does the color mean on each layer, because they actually label like red color on some of the key combination that you cannot change. For example, you press Fn and page up to change certain function, or you change RGB modes. Those keys, they are not editable, so you cannot amend those things. And of course, this keyboard is not QMK compatible, so you have to use their software to edit. So as for the price is, I believe it's
159
for this. And I can see the community response on this board is quite enthusiastic, I should say. They somehow, when I post this keyboard out in the group, our keyboard crackers group, quite a number of them actually recognize this, and they was like, is this the version 2 of this board? They'll be like, how did you get this? Some even ask me, like, how did you get this board? They're sold out on the website itself. So
so if thinking about, I think priced for international markets, I think this is pretty good for out of the box usage.
Yeah, and especially I know this kind of fully transparent RGB in your face keyboard is not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not for everyone, but if you like this and you don't want to do any sort of tuning, then you can just get this for 159, because I know if you are in hobby for this long, then maybe you know where to get second-hand boards and parts. Perhaps you can build something similar at a lower price. That's kind of true,
but you have to spend time and all the effort.
Yeah.
But this one is pre-built. You place the order, when it ships in, out of the box, you can straight away use it.
Yeah.
And based on what we have here, we can say they're definitely worth the price tag, especially just the CNC milled.
Yeah, this is CNC milled, by the way.
So, very nice. So I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions about this particular keyboard or anything about KiiBoom's other keyboards, you can always leave it down in the comment section below, and we'll see if we can reply any of them.
Yeah, so we'll see you in the next one. Bro.